amazing, beautiful day here in Kansas City. It has gotten a little warm here the last hour or so, but still an incredible day. And we're honoring a moment. And a lot of folks know these last few years there's been a lot of attention towards kind of what I call the bringing voice to the voiceless, and that ranges from a lot of different demographics and causes. And today is no different in that way, because a strong voice is getting directed at a relatively unknown business. As today, Mayor Quinton Lucas has declared and proclaimed that September 9th, 2023 is Kansas City Wellness Club Day in the city of Kansas City, huh? So unfortunately, the mayor was not able to make it. He got pulled away to a couple fires, but we are going to read out the proclamation, and then we're going to kind of talk about what it is, what those words in the proclamation mean. So for a lot of folks who have seen the last few years, you know, these presidents, they sign something and they go right, they do one of these, just make sure that people see that it's real. But here is an actual proclamation from the mayor. We are in a big city to declare today our day. So I'm going to read this first and then talk about each of the areas a little bit more. Kansas City Proclamation recognizing September 9th, 2023 as Kansas City Wellness Club Day in Kansas City. Whereas the Kansas City Wellness Club is an eco-friendly wellness center, spa, salon, yoga, and fitness center, community hub, and event space located at 918A Baltimore Avenue, here in the historic Kansas City Club building. And whereas the Kansas City Club building was in distress, and in 2015 it changed ownership. And since then, the Kansas City Wellness Club has been a major contributor in restoring life back into the grand building with a long storied Kansas City history. And whereas the Kansas City Wellness Club fully launched business operations in January of 2020, just 2 months before a worldwide pandemic forced a 2-month lockdown, followed by nearly 2 years of hardship for everybody, not just us, for everybody. Whereas during the lockdown, they supported struggling small businesses in the downtown and Kansas City community through gift card and meal plan purchases, as well as offered complimentary health improving services to area nurses, EMTs, and teachers. And whereas in their first year of operation, their innovative approach of saving people time and money helped them get featured in local media, win the Pitch KC's Best Day Spa Award in the whole city, and get named to City Lifestyle's Best Massages and Spas in Kansas City. That's all in the first year that we opened in the middle of the pandemic. And whereas, since opening again in May 2020, they have brought jobs and economic activity to downtown Kansas City today through their revenue growth special day, and have taken proactive steps to address local public health. And whereas, these experiences have become seeds of inspiration and opportunities for unity and hope in Kansas City, in a time when good health, supporting the planet, and renewed support for our local businesses, our local farmers, friends, and family is on everyone's minds. And so now, therefore, today, as mayor of the city of Kansas City, Quinton D. Lucas, on behalf of the residents of this great city, do hereby proclaim September 9th, 2023 as Kansas City Wellness Club Day in Kansas City, Missouri. All right, how about that? So quite an honor to be recognized there. And each of those whereas sections, I just want to talk a little bit about what was going on there, what the mayor thought, what I thought in conferring with them on this proclamation. You know, the first was about how this building was in distress and changed ownership in 2015. You know, this is such an incredible building. Epic Developments has done a tremendous job restoring it back to its original class, glamour, and elegance. It's open for events of all types. It's an event rental space, and it's just, it can be any type of event. It's just a beautiful space. They also are soon to announce new clubs and new social activities and more opportunities to see the building and grow your personal and professional relationships. The Wellness Club, besides just this Sunday, tomorrow, starting to open on Sundays and being open more often, we're also extending our Friday hours so that we now have Friday nights at the club, which not just gives you more time to get services, but it's an opportunity for you to unwind at the end of the work week, to be around like-minded folks in a safe space, to share fellowship and conversation on our daily struggles and our successes, which, gosh, a lot of us know it's a grind out there right now. And to be grateful and celebrate all that we do have, So we really want to be a part of building that community, building a modern day version, a next stage version of the Kansas City Club here. And we also have a lot of opportunities in this building to greatly enhance the image we've already established of being a cutting edge health and wellness center by adding doctor relationships and primary care to shift people's mindsets from illness to wellness. A lot of those that we like are the direct primary care doctors. I don't know if a lot of people know direct primary care. It's a subscription service, a membership service that costs anywhere from about $60 to $100 a month. You get a direct relationship with the doctor. You get unlimited doctor visits, unlimited calls, unlimited texts, and access to that doctor. You get an annual wellness visit, and you get discounts in a lot of different ways. So direct primary care is a perfect model to help supplement this, and we've been reaching out to a lot of DPC doctors to partner. Also, in the spirit of a cutting-edge health and wellness center, we have a psilocybin conference coming up on Saturday, October 28th, on the second floor here. A lot of that will be announced starting next week. There's just been a lot of incredible results and research into the effects of natural psychedelics to aid in a very traumatic people who have dealt with traumatic issues, certainly veterans and a lot of folks who have PTSD. There's a lot of great research happening there, and I'm sure a lot of you are hearing more and more about that being the next wave. So a lot of things happening in the building. The next thing they talked about was when we opened, right? We opened less than 2 months before the world shut down. Just really, we fully launched less than 2 months. Just really difficult timing. And I first want to honor and remember all the small businesses that did not make it through. This was arguably the toughest time in small business history, at least the last 100 years. And there was a lot of casualties, and we certainly feel a lot of their pain, and we should not forget them. Because if there's any silver lining in this, hopefully the stark realization of your favorite shops and restaurants and businesses all of a sudden being there one day and being gone the next has made us realize how interconnected we are to our local community. Everything that we do is shared with them. Everybody wants to support local. Everybody likes to use the hashtag support small, support local. But it makes us now really aware of how are we putting that into practice, right? What are we actually doing? So we are really trying to highlight the significance of supporting local and building strong local economies here. We really like to work with local economies and have a lot more bigger visions to connect you to those local economies that I'll talk about here in a second. But everybody knows Kansas City's a bigger city with a small town feel. We have terrific neighborhoods, very cool areas. This lower 9th district is one of the best around. But the Kansas City we know and love does not happen automatically. It does not just continue on without us consciously supporting it. So I think, again, as one of the silver linings of the last few years, it's made us realize how time and effort is needed to put that forth and put that effort and ensure that the community that we want sustains. The next whereas talks about that generosity that we provided. We thought, gosh, what an unprecedented time, certainly in our generations. There's a lot of craziness out there, and there's a lot of health issues, and there's people who are putting their lives on the line and really going hard from a treatment and first responder point of view, so nurses and EMTs, we gave free massages, free services for a whole year after the lockdown. So pretty incredible that they got honored for what they did. Teachers as well, we honored them. A lot of homeschool teachers, you know, a lot of people were put in difficult situations, but no more so than the people on the front lines. And in that aspect, when it comes to first responders, EMTs, and people in the healthcare industry, we're very honored and happy to have kind of ceremoniously passed the baton to a tremendous nonprofit organization called Healing Heroic Healers. And they serve that purpose. They reach out to these people and give them a pathway to put wellness into their life and to make sure they are taking care of themselves as they go out there on the front lines every day. So we're quite ecstatic to have a lot of that organization here with us today. And Carla, who leads up that organization, is actually going to say a few words here at the end of the speech. So don't forget those folks. The next one, it talked about just kind of an innovative approach and, like, you know, the awards that we won. So just a few words about, you know, who are we? What do we do? You know, we're a unique place unlike any other. I was just telling some folks before this, it's incredible to me and quite humbling when people come from out of town for the weekend or whatnot, and they are here from the coast, they're here from New York, they're here from LA, they're here from San Francisco, and their eyes just, you know, they go wide open, their mouths drop, and they say, Heath, like, what is going on? How is this not on the coast first? Everything starts on the coast, and then it goes inward. They're like, why do I have to come to Kansas City to get a place that provides what we provide? A truly holistic experience. We save you time and money from going to multiple places by having everything in one spot. Spa services like facials, massages, sauna, steam bath, a full service hair salon, now including coloring and extensions, energy healing, wellness coaching, incredible cranial sacral services by magician George Moon. We have a fitness center, we have yoga and fitness group classes. We do a lot of educational workshops and social networking events, especially those Friday nights that we're talking about. We even use virtual reality in the context of wellness programming, which there is a lot of wellness benefits to VR. So this is a unique place, and we do so using only natural-based ingredients, natural-based products. Our pathways are only rooted in earthy, organic sources and local or regional, primarily and foremost. You know, we are your holistic guide to transition out of the stress cycle of modern day life and into next stage sustainable living. Because who wants harsh chemicals, right? Who wants harsh chemicals in life? Let's see a show of hands. All right, just for the record, like they do in court, I see no hands. All right, I see no hands. So, the next whereas talked about, you know, what we've brought to the community and you know, staying open and the people that we've provided both employment to and a oasis for them during a time that was very crazy and very difficult to navigate through, very confusing, fearful for a lot of folks. And one of our mission statement talks about rising above the tidal wave of modern day life. So that's things like feeling busy all the time, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you're going through the motions in life every day and you're not accomplishing everything that you want to, wanting more contentment in life, wanting more energetic health, more positive, sustained and centered, stable, energetic health. So the Wellness Club does that. We bring out that best in you. And hopefully you all haven't forgot about wellness. I know during 2020, 2021, into 2022, it was on the forefront of a lot of people's minds. Health, 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 right? Well, we're only a year later after that. Hopefully you haven't forgot about that. Hopefully you're not already swept up in that tidal wave of modern day life and already kind of forgotten about the importance of becoming healthy, becoming that best version of yourself. I heard a stat yesterday that was incredible to me, that the average adult today spends over 11 hours a day consuming media. So that's cell phones, that's laptops, that's computers, that's staring at a computer screen rather than the actual reality of what's going around us. So remember and be conscious about whether you are creating that world that you want to see or whether you are getting consumed by it, getting consumed by that technology. Because one thing that's really important is every single one of us are active participants in the world that emerges around us. No one is a passive witness. And a lot of us think that we don't have control, we don't have a voice, we don't have the ability to make any change. And you don't understand even the small things you do 100 times a day create that world that you want to see. So be conscious about that. The last whereas talks about seeds of inspiration and opportunities for unity and hope in a time where, of course, good health is supporting the planet, supporting our local businesses and friends, farmers, and neighbors and our families on everyone's minds. You can see this hat I have on today, and it's obviously not just a random event that I wear this hat. There's been so much that tries to divide us all the time. And these last 20 years, I bring up a lot how we've had 3, I call them global skyfall events. We've had 9/11, we've had an 08-09 financial housing crisis, and then we had the COVID in 2020. And so like every 6 to 7 years, our lives are getting put through a washing machine, and that's what's really difficult for humans to handle. But in a lot of ways, within those events, in the aftermath of those events, there's a lot of noise and a lot of division that tries to get brought up to get us on one side or the other and to get us thinking that we are not all alike, which in reality, every human being shares 80 to 90% in common, all right? Those very small differences, we only have very small differences, unfortunately, are the ones that get brought out a lot in what I call the noise of the day. So be careful about that noise of the day. Make sure that you are not getting divided unnecessarily when you do not need to. Because we are at a different point. We are at a historic point in human history. It's hard living the way that humans do to see like grand change on a mass scale. But we've gotten to this point now where everyone pretty much walks around with a world encyclopedia in their pocket. And at any point could pull up information that is the true, well-rounded information. So our excuse of being ignorant and not knowing is soon starting to fade away. It's not really an alibi that we can continue to use. It's now simply about choices. Are you going to choose to go the route that we know is the right route for this planet? Are you going to choose to go the route that we know is the right route for our local Kansas City community and region? Are you going to choose to go the right route that you know is the right route for your body and what you put into your body and how you take care of it? Because you can no longer say you don't know. So lastly, I'll say on that, our bigger vision was always to help connect you in those areas. So right now we have it branded as New Needs, and that has always been our bigger vision, our bigger plan, and we're launching a pilot project here. So you can go to kcwellnessclub.com/new needs and check it out. You can go to our website. We have a new video explaining it. But really, it's automating that repeatable engagement that you have with your everyday task of eating food, engaging with your health, engaging with your clothing needs, all those things that we all share. So we're really excited about that. This is definitely not the only thing we ever plan to do, and our bigger vision is launching now, and we're super thrilled about it. So before I pass it over to Carla, I just want to thank the mayor. I want to thank the city of Kansas City. I want to thank all of you who are here in person. I want to thank all of you who are watching online in live stream. I want to thank everyone who has supported us throughout this entire journey. And most of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank the divine breath, the great spirits. There's a lot of words for it, but there has been a higher power behind this initiative right from the start and has helped us throughout these years. So thank you to that power and thank you to all of you. So in closing, I'm not gonna be one to say, all right, come join us, right? This isn't about us, but it's more so, are you ready for the Kansas City Wellness Club to come join you in your life and help improve your holistic health and strengthen your immune system, save you time and money, and make you more resilient to whatever comes next, because we know something and more things and more challenges in our life are always going to come next. So thank you very much. And